which is that some people are born with mathematical ability while others are not. It usually comes in the form of the personal admission, "I'm not a math person." It's fairly common for people to think of mathematics as a special talent that only some people possess. If you aren't born with it, you can never really get it. Many people say this of themselves and teach it to their children. But does it have any basis in reality? To settle on an answer to this, we really need to work out first what we mean by a mathematician. This turns out to be harder to define than you might initially think. A biologist is someone who studies living things. A physicist studies moving things. A chemist studies substances. An astronomer studies stars and planets. A geologist studies rocks. These are all very well-defined fields with nice, neat boundaries. But what about a mathematician? What do they study? A knee-jerk response might be to say that a mathematician studies numbers. But there are entire fields of mathematics that can be explored quite deeply without discussing numbers, such as geometry or topology. So, what is it that all mathematicians have in common? The answer most people will agree on is that all mathematicians study patterns. A pair of odd numbers always add up to an even number. The exterior angles of any polygon, no matter how big or small or irregular, always add up to a full revolution of 360 degrees. The rows of Pascal's triangle always add up to a power of 2. Question: what do all mathematicians have in common? Answer: they study patterns. The path of an object under the force of gravity always traces out a curved shape called a conic section, either a circle, ellipse, parabola, or hyperbola. The florets of a flower always spiral outward according to a very specific and ingenious geometric pattern. This is why it's impossible to put a fence around what mathematicians are interested in. They are interested in any kind of pattern, and patterns exist everywhere. We live in a patterned universe, a cosmos. That's what cosmos means: orderly and patterned, as opposed to chaos, disorderly and lacking sensible patterns. Now we can actually define the question we started with. When we ask, "Are humans born mathematicians?" what we are really asking is, are humans born to seek out and try to understand the patterns around us? Stating the question in this way makes things clear. The answer is emphatically yes. The human brain is nothing if not a pattern-recognizing machine, built from the ground up to perceive patterns in our surroundings. You can describe virtually every function of the brain in terms of its relation to patterns. What is smell? It's our recognition of specific olfactory patterns and associating some of them with good, sweet, and some of them with bad, bitter. What is memory? It's the connection of patterns with specific meanings, like the facial and vocal cues of people we meet, whom we can therefore later recognize. Much of what we would describe as understanding or skill is the ability to recognize patterns more effectively than others. An experienced doctor can recognize a condition through a particular pattern of symptoms. An expert taxi driver knows the most efficient pattern of roads and turns to take to get to their destination given their current location and traffic conditions. And as we gain practice at performing certain patterns over time, they become a part of our character and personality. We call them habits. It isn't just seeing patterns that we humans are so good at. We love making our own patterns. And the people who do this well have a special name. We call them artists. Musicians, sculptors, painters, cinematographers. All of them are creators of patterns. And hence, they are also mathematicians in their own way. I once heard music described as the joy that people feel when they are counting, but they don't know it. Due to Islam's aversion to representations of humans and animals, Islamic design primarily consists of intricate arrangements of tiles that are literally geometric patterns. Humans are so accustomed to looking for patterns that we even see patterns where they don't exist. The gambler's fallacy and part of the placebo effect are perfect examples of our unstoppable desire to link cause and effect in our daily experience, even when careful logic actually suggests otherwise. So yes, I think humans are born mathematicians.